I say this because a lot of people spend their time trying to learn or sitting in front of a computer or listening to podcasts or whatever, but it doesn't actually change behavior, which, ding, 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 that is the definition of learning, which is same condition, new behavior. If you're in the same condition, meaning you're in the same bedroom, you're looking at the same computer, and what you're doing every day is not changing, you are not learning. So use that as a simplest litmus test for understanding whether the content that you are consuming is valuable. If you cannot translate it, or the person who's teaching you, whoever it is, me or anyone, into what do I do now? So there's this big thing, Malcolm Gladwell talked about 10,000 hours is this common theme, which is it's not 10,000 hours, but 10,000 iterations. And the reason I like that framing is because it assumes that you will fail and it assumes that you will get better as you learn, right? It is that 10,000 iterations is a proxy for feedback loops, which means that if you do something and you get no feedback, it's virtually impossible to learn. So when we are doing stuff in the real world, a lot of times the real world will give you a feedback loop, but you post a piece of content, nothing happens. That is still feedback, it's that it sucked, right? But you can still get better. The fastest way to learn skills is to find somebody who's really good and hire them one-on-one. Fastest way to learn skills. So number one, you have to do a lot of volume in order to learn, right? I can't just have one sales call recording. I have just one comment that I try and learn from. I have to have lots of comments that I have to aggregate. I have to put them together. Number two is that I analyze the top 10%. So what are the top 10% of sales calls? What are the top 10% of content? What are the top 10, customer service resolution, person? What are these top 10% outcomes? What do they have in common that the other 90% don't have? And you can apply this to any subject matter that you're trying to learn. Step four is you figure out the most important details, like the eyes, like the feet, like the whatever. And this is where a lot of people struggle, is that they don't know which part is important. And that's part of learning, is that you're like, there's 6 differences. I don't know which one was the reason. So you start trying them one at a time. And so the final step is avoid the mistakes that the 90% is making that are keeping them at the bottom, and do more of the stuff the top 10%. And you just continue to do another 100 repetitions, look at the top 10, try and make the next 100 look like those 10, and do it over and over and over again until people are like, man, you're so good at this, you must be a natural. And that is fundamentally how you learn any skill.